Good morning, everyone. And happy Super Bowl Sunday. And welcome to Windward Buddhist Temple's Dāna Day and Pet Memorial Service. My name is Neil Yamamoto, and I will be your MC for today. I would like to welcome back and thank Reverend David Fujimoto for officiating today's service and for providing today's Dharma message. We'll begin the service with the ringing of the temple bell, or Kansho. It marks the beginning of the temple service. It is a deep and sacred ritual steeped in ancient tradition. It's a calling of the people to come together to listen to the Dharma or teachings. The temple bell represents the gratitude and deep appreciation of the members, friends, and guests of the Windward Buddhist Temple. Please sit quietly in your seat. If you are able, please rise for the meditation, followed by the chanting of the Vandana Ti-Sarana by everyone in Pali and English, found in the red Jodo Shinshu Surface book on page 7.
Supremely awakened one. for guidance. Namanda, namanda.
Please be seated. We will now have the remembrance of our beloved pets who are no longer with us. When the name of your pet is called, please come forward to offer incense. Reverend David will ring the bell once after each name is called. After the remembrance ceremony is completed, Reverend David will ring the bell several times and then begin in leading us in the chanting of today's sutra, Junirai, which can be found in the red Jodo Shinshu service book on page 59 and begins on page 60. Coconut and Missy Tashiro.
No, that's okay.
Tofu and Thumper Miyamoto. Precious Miyamoto and Suki and Evie Arakaki. Junie Richardson. Tenzin Deal. Cairo Price. Babe, Ricky, and Sparky Yamamoto.
行阿弥陀千両俗尊在非未灭安楽国無量無死主意念金色心情如線のシャマタ行如造部両目上脈小蓮華古賀将来弥陀尊面前上如満月以降有如千日月小如天空しら古賀将来弥陀尊観音頂戴観中十主十名相法将軍のぶくげどまけまん古賀将来弥陀尊無微無空故障上徳経血尿国小さり悪徳自在古賀将来弥陀尊自法明門菩薩衆無量小魔女三段非小衆女願力十古賀将来弥陀尊根体保険師匠家全言少女名大座おひざ女如線の古賀将来弥陀尊自法将来勝負し権限人図し安楽戦後尊厳上行古賀将来弥陀尊小無常無我と薬如水月伝如道修説法無明寺古賀将来弥陀尊非尊無説無悪名薬無如人悪道不主に死心拒否尊古賀将来弥陀尊非尊無量法勉強無少種悪知識お上死亡大古賀将来弥陀尊 説非尊苦独自修善無変如海水小逆前後少女者衛生主上小非公ナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムナマンダムがにしくどく平等性際道本を大心往生安楽ナマンダナマンダナマンダ。
If you are able, please rise for the recitation Shinshu Pledge II on page 6 of the red Jodo Shinshu service book, and remain standing for the Gatha Children in Japan, found in the purple Praises of the Buddha book on page 41. Entrusting in the vow of the Buddha and reciting the sacred name, I shall proceed through the journey of life with strength and joy, revering the light of the Buddha and reflecting upon my imperfect self. I shall strive to live a life of gratitude, following the teachings of the Buddha and discerning the right path. I shall spread the true Dharma, rejoicing in the compassion of the Buddha, respecting and aiding others. I shall do my best to work toward the welfare of society.
Namaste.
Please be seated. We'll now have our Dharma message by Reverend David Fujimoto.
Well, good morning, everyone. Sorry, I don't look like Irene Nakamoto. So if you're here because of her, I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you and a most heartful welcome. And thank you for attending this morning on this most probably important Sunday. I hear there's some big athletic event going on today. No clue what that is. But as the world outside is in deep anticipation for today, we gather in reflection and honor our beloved animal companions, while at the same time celebrate the spirit of dāna and contemplate the lessons woven through these diverse occasions. If ever there was a day for multitasking in our heart, today is probably that day. I'm so glad I'm not cooking today. Oh my goodness. But my wife wants me to go to the open market across the street from Kansho Hospital. I said, yeah, right. I know that attendance today at service on this Super Bowl Sunday requires a great feat of strength, of will, particularly as you all ponder on food. You will be partaking in later on today, and especially the all-important commercials. And in between that, I guess there's a game going on, right? You can tell I'm not into it because our 49ers aren't playing today, so I could care less. More worse, it could have been on their home field, but whatever. But I'm truly grateful that all of you are here. Yet in these moments, we try to set aside thoughts of touchdowns, commercials, and we together embrace the values and memories that shape our shared spiritual value. Today, we gather in remembrance of cherished pets, beings whose gentle paws, perhaps soft feathers, or gleaming scales have accompanied us through many football seasons of joy and sorrow. So many of us, pets are not simply animals who dwell in our homes. They become as dear to us as our own dear children. The bonds we form with them are nurtured daily in the quiet rituals of feeding, walking, and shared space. We confide in them, we celebrate them, and we find comfort in their silent understanding. I don't know why I wrote that, because we have dogs at home, and there's never a quiet moment. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have bite marks on my neck. My dog has been recently going on top of our couch and doing this running jump to bite my neck. It's either my neck or my elbow, and sorry, but my chi-chis also. So good thing I get shirt on, okay? So it's no wonder then that the passing of a pet can sometimes bring forth even deeper mourning than the loss of some of our own human companions. Like I mentioned, we have 4 dogs in the house, and we've had also 3 pass away, but most recently, a few months after moving to Moilili, Hongwanji. For a while, it was hard to get over the empty bed that was occupied by our oldest boy. So much so that my wife had to put it away. Their absence echoes through the rhythms of our daily life. The quiet at the door where their wagging tail once greets us, that rush in the morning where a familiar whine once called for breakfast, the stillness where laughter and play once filled the air. The grief can be profound, for pets dwell close to our hearts, loving us without judgment or reservation, asking for nothing but our presence in return. In that love, free from pretense or condition, we find the mirror of the Pure Land itself, a realm of true acceptance and peace. For us, we are reminded that all sentient beings, no matter the form, are embraced by boundless compassion of Amida Buddha. Our beloved pets, in their simplicity, show us the value of being present, the beautiful truth of love, unconditional, unspoken, needs no translation. When we mourn their passing, we also celebrate their gift, a reminder that every encounter is an opportunity for gratitude, every goodbye a chance to cherish anew. This morning, when we recite Namo Amida Butsu, not only in our memory of our animal companions, but in recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. As the incense arises, so too does our aspiration to cherish every being, each moment, for its preciousness and fragility. I think this week many of us will be preparing for a Chinese New Year. Is that this week? Man, I'm getting so old, I can't even remember these kinds of things anymore. For many, it's marked by renewal, reunion, and reflection. At the heart of this celebration lies the legend of the zodiac animals who traveled to visit the Buddha. It is said that the Buddha, in his infinite wisdom and compassion, invited all creatures to approach him and receive his blessings. 12 animals, each with their own quirks and charms, arrived at the appointed time. The rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. Now, one probably wonders why these 12 made it. Perhaps the cat was too busy chasing the dog, or nowadays the red dot, or the elephant was too slow. And if you've ever heard the unicorn song, well, you know about those unicorns. Buddhist folklore abounds with creative explanations, but the message is even clear. The Buddha welcomed every animal, regardless of size, speed, or status. The resulting zodiac is not hierarchy, but a tapestry, each year inheriting the qualities of its symbolic creature, and each person finding kinship in the animal of their birth. This story, though playful in its telling, carries profound wisdom at the same time. The Buddha's invitation is extended to all and embraces all, knowing no boundaries. Just as the animals found their way to the auspicious gathering, so too do all of us in our unique circumstances, our own story, our own journey towards wisdom and compassion. Whether you identify as the clever rat, or the steadfast ox, the adventurous horse, or the introspective snake, know that your path is always welcomed. As the lunar calendar turns, let us greet the coming year, whether it be the year of the dragon or whatever this year is going to be, with hearts open to renewal and the limitless possibilities of each day. Today also marks a day in which we remember dāna, a day of dedication to practice of generosity. It's the act of giving without expectation of return and is central to Buddhist life. It is a reminder that our own well-being is woven with the well-being of others, and that true giving is not born not from abundance, but from compassion. As many of you know, Moiliri Hongwanji is home to Project Dāna. I'm probably the only person in the entire history that was rejected as a volunteer. And I remind them of this every time. When I applied in college, I guess I was eager, probably full of confidence also. I imagined myself bringing comfort to others. Instead, after thorough review, a person who I shall not name, Rose Nakamura, I was told that my particular talents might not fit into what they were looking for. That's okay, right? But in reflection, I discovered a deeper dāna. Not only the willingness to give, but the humility to receive guidance, not only in pride, but grace to step back in defeat. Project Dāna has taught me that the path of kindness is sometimes circuitous. and that every experience, even those in disappointment, can deepen our understanding of interconnectedness. Dāna Day is not about tallying our gifts or measuring our service. It's about letting gratitude bloom in every circumstance and trusting that our community is strengthened by the many ways each member can contribute. Whether you are a volunteer, a supporter, or simply one who listens with an open heart, you are a vital part of the community's fabric. So let us honor today by not only practicing Dāna, not only in action, but in attitude, giving, receiving, and learning from each other. Some might say that today is sacred to millions, complete with the ritual of game day preparation, the ritual of eating, the ritual of chanting, or I guess cheering, and of course, high stakes contests where fortune hangs in the balance of every single action. Did you know from the very first moment, the coin toss, $16 million would trade hands? Crazy, no? They should give me $16 million instead. There is, of course, the irony of choosing service, which you guys have come, over television. Though if you are here, I suspect your heart has already chosen the wisest of the two. Although, like some of us were having the conversation earlier, we have time to do both. Now, I wonder if the Buddha were here and watching the Super Bowl, would he favor the underdog? Perhaps offer a teaching on impermanence as the clock runs down? Would he remind us that whether our team loses or wins, what if our team didn't make it? Especially if they had the opportunity to win, to play at their own stadium. Yes, I cannot get over it. Our happiness cannot be measured on the scoreboard. Would he encourage us to cheer for both sides, celebrating skill, effort, and camaraderie above rivalry? I suspect he would find delight in the gathering itself, in family, friends, united over shared meals, laughter echoing from the living room to the hallways. There is wisdom also in choosing to be here. For all the spectacle of the Super Bowl, its joy is amplified when we bring mindfulness to the celebrations. We can root for our favorite team and still remember the lessons of Dāna and impermanence. After all, how many games are won in the final moments only to fade from memory as the next season begins? Perhaps as we practice Namo Amida Butsu, we might also send loving kindness to all fans, winning and losing alike, and those who are sulking because the 49ers aren't playing. And reflect in the interconnectedness of that sport, and in its own way mirrors those of us here today. We are engaged in a different kind of championship, a contest not of teams, but of hearts opening to compassion. And if you catch yourself sneaking a peek at your phone, why? See, oh, Buddha mad at me for that. Sorry. Know that you guys are in good company. After all, the Buddha teaches us to acknowledge our distractions. Well, I guess he did, huh? Smile kindly at them and return to the present moment. I must confess, as much as I cherish being here with all of you, I still cannot get over this 49ers thing. There's bittersweet irony in witnessing spectacle unfold every time, especially on the home team, even without the home team. I'm sure many of you share this wistful sentiment, and together we can console ourselves knowing that the knowledge that we gather here today itself is kind of championship feeling at heart. Like I mentioned, trust me, I know. I had several memorial service yesterday, and they all sharing the same sentiments I'm feeling. With all these threads, right, we're doing Pet Memorial, looking at Chinese New Year's, Dāna Day, Super Bowl Sunday intertwined. Let us pause to consider what truly connects all of them. Each in its way celebrates community, memory, generosity, and the joy of gathering. Our pets remind us love is present in every moment, even in silence. The animals in the zodiac teach us to honor difference, welcoming each other as we each traveler on the path. Dāna asks us to open our hearts, not only in giving, but receiving and learning. And of course, in the end, with the Super Bowl, with its exuberance and camaraderie, it is a reminder that joy is magnified when shared. Every celebration is an invitation to be present, to honor the beauty of connection, and to reflect on the deeper meaning beneath the surface. Whether gathered here in temple or around the television, we participate in a sacred togetherness that gives life its richness. And so as we approach game time, let us embrace a touch of humor and perspective. There is room for Buddhist practice, for after all, laughter, celebration, joy is always ordinary, whether your team wins or lose. May your heart remain open and your gratitude undiminished. Share in the snacks, the cheer, and the camaraderie, but also take a moment to appreciate the deeper meaning, the deeper game, the one not played on the field, but in the heart. And so with that, if you find yourself torn between everything, remember, Namo Amida Butsu. Okay? Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Oh, come on now, let's get a good Go 49ers. No. I'm just kidding.
Thank you so much, Reverend. And I'm a Falcons fan, so we didn't even make the playoffs this year. So I understand the struggle. If you are able, please rise for the Gatha, Flying Free. The words and music will be posted on the screen. And then continue to stand for the Nembutsu, found on page 145 in the Praises of the Buddha book. Please be seated. Thank you for attending today's service. This concludes our service, and we now have announcements with Temple President Dennis Tashiro.
Morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. Given the warning of flooding and whatever, thank goodness it's not too bad. Thank you, Reverend David. That was a championship message. Yeah. 49ers is one of my favorite teams. I like Seattle. I don't like New England, only because they had a dynasty. But they have that, he's a rookie, right, the quarterback. Anyway, let's all enjoy the game today. I enjoy the commercials too. Thank you, Neil, for being our MC. Prudence and Alan being our greeters. Prudence also rang the Kansho. And thank you, Lisa, for playing the piano. And Ryan, of course, is recording today's service. We have a guest, Carol Psyche. She's a sister of Renee. She lives on Kauai, so she's visiting. Welcome. Hey, kapa. Okay, and I also want to point out someone we haven't seen for a while, a very friendly person that I enjoyed, Jean Carroll. Welcome back. Good to see you. Okay, next Sunday will be our Nirvana Day service, a memorial for Shakyamuni Buddha. The service will be led by Reverend Shingo Furusawa, and he will also provide a Dharma message. In observance of today's Pet Memorial Service, we have been collecting clean, used towels to be donated to the Hawaiian Humane Society. A big mahalo to everyone who donated towels. And if you look outside of the office, people were so generous. Either that or, like me, we just kept old towels. But thank you. I'd like to call on Prudence to announce something.
I think there's a slide that, okay, I wanted to announce this number to you, and if you should take it down. It is the Dial the Dharma from the BCA, Buddhist Churches of America. And every Wednesday, Bishop Harada puts up a new message. It takes no more than 5 minutes, and it's always very good. So if you have nothing else to do, you're sitting around waiting for your appointment, just dial it up. And for 5 minutes, you can hear that. So it changes every Wednesday. This week's one, he talked about AI and Buddhism. Very interesting. So I just wanted to share the number with you. So if you have a chance, write it down. And I put it in my telephone, and when I have nothing else to do, I just dial it up. Okay? That's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
So the new message comes out on Wednesday, and then it's up there the whole week until the following Wednesday.
Several people have already.
Yeah. Thank you, Prudence. big announcement. It's bingo day. Let's be lucky. Okay, other announcements? Ariana. Oh, wait. Ariana, you come up first, and then Joy will come after you. Speak into the mic.
Oh, okay, I got that. I'm Ariana. Oh.
This is my grandniece. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hello. I'm part of the Kailua Intermediate School Band, and we're gonna go to Disneyland in like a month or two, and we're kind of poor, so I have to sell stuff. It's like it has like a bunch of coupons in it. It's like here's some examples. There's like free and buy one get one free, like McDonald's things, and like there's like a $1 like Keiki Wet and Wild like ticket. So like if you have grandchildren, this is really good, or like just for your children or grandchildren. So it's only like $10, and I think it's pretty good. And I need to sell these, or else my mom is gonna yell at me. So please support me and my band. And also, it's my papa's birthday. You should say happy birthday. Okay, I'm done. Oh yeah, it's both their birthdays.
Yeah, when they were young, they used to call him Uncle Papa. It was Papa and Uncle Papa. Just a reminder that next week, Sunday, is going to be our first Gatha practice. This is, again, for anyone who just enjoys singing. You don't have to be a professional singer. I think we have about 2 songs we'll try out. Yeah, 1 or 2. We have a list, but we're going to go easy. And we're hoping to have these sessions at least monthly or so, just to help people familiarize yourself with new songs that we want to start to introduce, and also to help the congregation sing when it's during service time. So thank you. Next Sunday after refreshments.
Any other announcements? Oh, speaking of Super Bowl, Ed, stand up. I wonder who you're cheering for. Okay, let's do words of thanksgiving. It'll be up on the screen. We are truly grateful for this wonderful food, a gift of life. May we share its benefits with all beings. As we partake of this food, let us remember Amida Buddha's compassion, which surrounds all people and all forms of life. Namo Amida Butsu. Itadakimasu. Thank you.